the Speyer FIM Trial World Championship. Finding the roll of the rocks, the world's elite trial riders strut their stuff on the Scottish mountains of the Nevis range. One of the sport's biggest stars, 12-time world champion Dougie Lampkin was there, hoping for his 100th Grand Prix win. He made it to the podium on the first day, but didn't make the final cut.
I've always been very hungry for the success. I've never been satisfied with what I've already achieved. I don't like losing, really don't like losing. People may say it, but they don't really mean it.
Forget losing the championship. In these conditions, it's surprising more riders don't lose their heads. This is no sport for the faint-hearted. The bikes have no seat. Riders must stand on the pedals, testing their balance and throttle control. Each time they touch the ground, called a dab, a point is scored against them. A clean round scores a 0. The maximum penalty score is 5, and they have just 1 minute to complete each section. Riding the river here at Scotland's Nevis Range, 60 of the world's top trial riders attempting the seemingly impossible. For many of the competitors, staying on top of this testing course is just one of the challenges they face. Finding the funding to stay in the sport can be just as tough. Among those struggling in this poor but exciting relation of motorsport, 5-time Scottish Trials champion Gary MacDonald. He has the support of his family, but has to fund himself.
Every last penny goes into my trials. I don't have any to spend anything else because I enjoy doing the sport. And I'm only young once. I'm 26 now. I've probably only got 6 years at this kind of level left, so I've got to make the most of it.
Out on the course, MacDonald certainly does that, negotiating the river sections with all the skill of a champion. His bike, a single-cylinder lightweight kit model, costs under $9,000, compared to the $50,000 machines ridden by the top-sponsored riders like Dougie, whose success has attracted sponsorship deals from bike maker Beta and energy drink company Red Bull.
I won the European Championship in my first adult year, and that got me a factory contract, and then obviously the results started coming, but it's the same as a lot of sports. It's breaking into that level to get noticed really, and yeah, it's as tough in England as it is anywhere.
Winner of the UK leg of this year's World Championship, Japan's Takahisa Fujinami, affectionately known on the circuit as Fuji Gas. Encouraged by his father, also a trials rider, and with Repsol Montesa Honda's backing, Fuji Gas has been on the podium 10 times in the last 10 seasons. There's no prize money for winning, but Fuji Gas is sure to benefit from an incentive bonus from his sponsors.
I'm lucky because I'm from Honda, and Honda good image, and many sponsors coming to sponsor, but difficult also.
The FIM World Championship itself is sponsored by Italian electronic testing firm Speyer. Company president Luciano Bonaria has been involved in motorcycle trials for more than 30 years, but won't be drawn on the size of his investment in the event.
The amount is confidential. Of course, we cannot mention it. The reason, because I am sponsoring, this is some of 3 reasons. First, because it is my sport. Second, because a company that is going well as a company has to do some social return, and this sport fits to what Speyer is doing, and it is always a challenge, like the trial.
Trials biking is hugely popular in Spain, where some of the world's best riders can be found. The UK leg of the championship drew a crowd of 5,500 spectators, bringing in around $30,000 for the organisers. The sport is growing in popularity thanks to increasing television coverage and features both indoor and outdoor championships.
Indoor is a very good spectacle, conditions are pretty much fixed. Outdoors you're dealing with elements, different types of ground, different types of soil, different types of rock, different kinds of weather, a lot more variables. You have to be vastly experienced in all conditions to be an expert rider outdoors.
As the Scottish rain came down, that much was obvious, although it wasn't enough to put off young fans of the sport.
I've been here the whole few days and I think it looks really hard. Maybe do it someday.
For many fans, a major attraction is the ability to get up close and personal with their sporting heroes.
Everybody gets involved in it. It's not just for the elite people. You know, my son did the Scottish 6 days, beginning of May, and he was riding right beside Dougie Lampkin and Alex Wigg and some of the top boys, and it inspired him.
And the amazing feats of the world's best riders on display here were undoubtedly an inspiration to the next generation of trials champions.